No, my mother lived downstairs.
Okay. And when did you decide to move out? How old was everybody? How long did you live there? Like how long were you married there?
Well, Peter must have been about 16. And Joyce was small. She was 5. And Philip was about 10.
So you were in that house a long time.
Yes, I was there a long time.
Was your mother still alive when?
Yes. My father had died. And my mother was there. And then finally she got sick and she died. So I said, I have to go someplace. And who's going to take you with 3 children? No apartment, nothing. So my husband used to work for Corpus Christi Church. He volunteered every Tuesday. He took care of bingo. He set up all the tables, the chairs, everything. He did all that work. And besides getting up at 3 in the morning, he'd volunteer and go and work at Corpus Christi just to do work because my kids went to the school there. And so somebody mentioned a house for sale. So we looked at it and we were very happy to get it. I sold my insurance policy for $2,000. And we asked his boss to give us $2,000, and that was our down payment for a house.
It was $4,000.
$4,000.
Do you remember how much the house was?
$18,500.
$18,500.
And
was that a stressful amount of money?
What?
Was that stressful, that amount of money for you guys then?
Oh, yes, yes. I sold his insurance policy. That's all the money we had.
Yeah.
And we borrowed $2,000 from his boss. So every week they took out $10 from each salary to pay the boss back. Then the next year we took out $20, and then we paid it off. And then I got a job as a school crossing guard, and that helped a little bit. You know?
Yeah. But it was still...
But my husband was never out of work. He always worked. Even as a young boy, never went to school, but he always worked.
Why? Can you give us a little history of him? What happened? Like what happened throughout his life?
Yes.
He was. How old was he when he lived in Oceanside? Right.
Yeah.
He was born there, and then maybe you could just tell. Just tell us about him.
I'll tell him. Well, he was 2 years old when his mother died.
Okay.
His brother shot his mother accidentally cleaning a gun. So there was a lot of children.
How many children?
There was 10.
That's a lot of children.
So one sister took care of them, another sister took care of them. You know, they went from house to house, one brother then. Eventually, you know, they had their own families.
His father, what happened to his father?
His father one day went out to buy a newspaper, and he never come back.
Was that a long time after the incident, or was that right away?
Oh, maybe about 10 years after.
Okay, so was he raising any of the children? Were they split up?
They split them up.
So did he have some of them?
He had some, yes.
Did he
couldn't take care of all of them.
Did he have grandpa?
No.
He didn't.
No,
So
it was just him.
So who did? Oh, he was by himself.
Yes.
So at 2 years old, where was he living with his sister?
With his sister for a while, until he was 5, and then he went to the brother for a couple of years, and on
So
until he was about 14, and then he went out on his own.
What did he do? He got his own apartment and he got a job.
I really don't know.
Okay.
But he went out on his own, never got in trouble.
Yeah.
And always took care of himself. Then he enlisted in the army. He never went to school. He couldn't read and write. But I think of it. But he was a good man.
And he spent 3.5 years in the army.
Yes.
And he came home and he met you, and you guys
Right?
got married
And
straight
that's when
away.
his life began.
Yeah.
He had a good life with me.
So now you two own the house. You're making your payments. Can you tell us a little bit about the children?
What's there to tell? They all went to Catholic school. I gave them the best education they could have.
What was Uncle Pete like when he was a kid? When he was
Peter was smart, very smart. He got good marks. He went to college for 2 years. He got a bachelor's degree. He went to Queensborough College. Philip, he wasn't college material, but he graduated. I made sure he graduated high school. He took a test for sanitation as soon as he came out. And after a few years, he got into sanitation, worked there 10 or 12 years, got into the fire department. But prior to that, he opened up a deli with a friend of his, 82nd Street Deli. And occasionally I made them rice pudding, and he sold it for $1.29 a pound. But it became too much, you know. And Joyce, she did good. She finished college, and it paid off because she's got a good job now, and she's doing good.
And while you guys were raising them, did you do anything with each other? Did you go out?
No.
Everything was in the house?
We never went anywhere. Never. Yeah. No vacation, nothing. Just to give them an education and to go to school and to take care of the house. You're making me cry.
But you guys are happy, right?
Every year we did the windows. Another year we did the porch. Every year we did something. Until the house turned out nice. We're very happy there. It was a lovely house. I had nice neighbors. I miss the house now. I'm sorry I ever left. But
who was the man that lived next door? That the old gentleman.
Nick.
Nick.
Nick and Josie, they were wonderful. Every morning when I got off the corner, they'd have coffee for me in the morning. I have to go in there for coffee. They were very nice.
I could just